For almost 10 years, Emily and I lived what most people would describe as an ideal marriage. We were college sweethearts who built our lives side by side, celebrating milestones such as purchasing our dream house and visiting destinations we had always wished to see. She was my confidant, my companion, and my closest friend, or so I believed. Yet perfection often conceals imperfections. The cracks in our bond did not surface overnight. They appeared slowly, hardly noticeable at first. Emily grew distant, preoccupied, and unusually protective of her phone. She started staying late at work more often, dismissing my concerns with excuses about pressure and deadlines. I convinced myself it was temporary, that every couple faced rough patches. Love, after all, can cloud judgment. One evening everything shifted. While tidying up the kitchen, her phone buzzed on the counter, its screen glowing. The preview was visible, and what I read froze me in place. "You make me so happy. Can't wait to see you again." The message was from someone named Dan. My chest tightened as I stared at those words. A storm of explanations rushed through my mind. Perhaps a colleague, perhaps an old friend, but deep down I already knew the truth. The next morning, while Emily showered, I crossed a line I never thought I would. I searched her phone. What I uncovered broke me completely. The messages weren't innocent. They were passionate, personal, and condemning. She and Dan weren't merely sneaking moments. They were dining together, declaring love, and cherishing stolen time. Worse, she mocked our marriage, describing it as a cage she felt trapped in. Everything I thought we had collapsed instantly. Instead of confronting her right away, I needed space to absorb the truth. I hired a private investigator, and within a week, he delivered undeniable proof. Photographs of Emily and Dan meeting at hotels, receipts from upscale restaurants, even pictures of them embracing in public. Confrontation arrived on a Friday evening. Emily walked in humming with a bright smile, as though nothing was wrong. I sat at the dining table, every piece of evidence spread before me like shattered glass. "Hey, babe," she said, her cheer vanishing the moment she noticed my expression. "Sit down," I ordered, my tone colder than I imagined possible. She hesitated but obeyed, her eyes growing wide as I slid the folder toward her. At first, she denied it, claiming Dan was just a friend, accusing me of paranoia. But as I read her hidden messages aloud and pointed to photos she could not dismiss, her resistance collapsed. Tears poured as she broke down. "I didn't mean for it to happen. It was a mistake." "A mistake?" Snap. "You didn't accidentally reserve hotel rooms or write love letters, Emily. This wasn't one slip. It was repeated choices. You betrayed, deceived, and humiliated me." She begged for forgiveness, offered to cut ties with Dan, even suggested counseling. But it was far too late. The trust that held us together had been destroyed beyond repair. I told her to pack her things. Her sobs echoed through the house as she hurriedly filled a suitcase. At the door she paused, searching my face as if hoping I'd stop her. I didn't. That night, the home we created together felt colder than ever. The laughter and warmth once inside had been replaced by suffocating silence. I sat for hours staring at the emptiness she left behind. The woman I thought I knew was gone, and the life I trusted was an illusion. I believed the storm had passed. But only 3 days later, an unexpected knock rattled my door. Standing there, uneasy and out of place, was Dan, the man who had unknowingly turned my life upside down. My anger surged as I opened the door. "What do you want?" I demanded bitterly. Dan shifted, his eyes darting away. "Look, man," he said nervously. "I didn't know she was married. She told me you two were separated. I swear I had no idea." At first I didn't believe him. I nearly slammed the door. But his sincerity stopped me. Against my better judgment, I let him explain. He revealed that Emily had deceived him too, portraying herself as a victim stuck in a loveless marriage with a cold, controlling husband, me. To prove it, he showed me her texts describing me as unfeeling and distant, a far cry from reality. It became clear she hadn't only betrayed me, She had manipulated both of us. When I found out she was married, Dan said, voice cracking, I ended it immediately. Came here to apologize. You didn't deserve this. We stood there, two strangers bound by the same betrayal. She played us both, I said quietly, shaking my head. Dan nodded with regret. If I'd known, I never would have gone near her. When he left, I felt an odd mix of anger, sorrow, and relief. Dan wasn't the enemy I thought he was, just another victim in her lies. In the following days, I began piecing my life back together. I confided in friends and family. Most were supportive, though a few urged me to give Emily another chance. Cut those voices out immediately. I filed for divorce, determined to close the chapter. Emily didn't make it easy. She sent long messages filled with apologies, promises, and pleas. Once, she even appeared at my door, sobbing for me to reconsider. But my decision was final. The door remained shut, both literally and emotionally. Months later, I heard through mutual contacts that Emily's life had unraveled. Dan had left her, and the lies she spread at work had caught up to her, leaving her isolated. Meanwhile, I thrived. For the first time in years, I focused solely on myself. I worked out consistently, shedding stress along with old weight. I traveled, exploring places I'd always dreamed of. I reignited forgotten passions, photography, hiking, even playing guitar. What once felt like an ending had become a new beginning. Her betrayal, as painful as it was, taught me lasting lessons. The necessity of self-respect, the power of boundaries, and the importance of surrounding myself with genuine people. As for Emily, she became a painful memory, a reminder of how fragile trust is. Love may be precious, but trust is its foundation. Once broken, it rarely rebuilds. Looking back, I see that her betrayal, while devastating, set me free. I had been clinging to an illusion. By letting go, I discovered something greater, myself.